So hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and continuing the theme of Medal of Honor, we are today doing our first video guide of one of the 6 classes within the game. Starting with a class that I think hasn't really been used currently to its full potential, and that is Point Man. So let's get straight into it. The Point Man is very similar to the Assaulter class in many aspects, however they do differ in certain regards, which is kind of what sets this class apart from the others. To start with, Point Man does not have any explosive grenades as default, but instead they've got 2 flashbangs. So they certainly have a different approach to the other classes, as they can retake certain areas of the map and lead an attack using these valuable flashbangs, made more valuable by the fact that no other class has flashbangs available to them. So I think this is a class that can be used really in conjunction with the Assaulter and Spec Ops as one of the main classes in the game. Now, as you may know by now, each class has a special ability available to them by default. And by pressing the C key, if you're on PC, you can access the Point Man special ability, which is hard-hitting ammo. So what it is you get 1 clip of harder penetration ammo that does more damage, and it's got more kick to it. So at any point you can equip this ammo, and you'll know it's been equipped because the animation shows the clip basically with a little image on it, and the animation also taps the clip against the gun before the reloading. Now, this class ability has some good things, but also it does have a drawback as well to remember. In terms of benefits, of course the bullets do far more damage, so they can take a player down a lot easier. Not only that, but they're able to drop a demolition class even with their ballistic armor up, so that's quite a big bonus. As a downside though, they do give a lot more kick. So when you're firing it, especially full auto, the recoil is noticeably different. It raises a lot more than using the standard ammo. So it's something to bear in mind when you're equipping it. Going full auto is really going to pump the reticule up quite a bit. Now, also, unlike the other classes that have abilities, a lot of the other classes have abilities that regen. For instance, Spec Ops, which has the scan, that will regen after a certain amount of time. Once your clip is used on Point Man, it's gone, and it won't be regened. It won't even be regened from Fireteam Buddy if you're getting ammo from them. So you'll have to wait until you die if you want any more ammo. So let's talk about weapons. Now, the Point Man class has access to various assault rifles. In this video, I had tons of fun using the weapon, the AK-103. I'm actually playing as the Norwegian FSK, and there's one of the support actions I just did there. But I'm actually using the Polish Grom AK. I really enjoyed the gun, actually. It's got a lot of power to it. It's got a lot of feeling to the gun, actually. It just feels like it's quite punchy. And you'll tend to find that with the Point Man class, the guns will just have that bit more power. They tend to be a little bit higher caliber than the actual standard assault rifles on the Assaulter class. Not only that, but the Point Man's secondary weapon is not a pistol. It's actually an 870 combat shotgun. And on top of that, again, you may know that your secondary weapon in the game, whether it's a pistol, shotgun, it actually has unlimited ammo. So your trusty sidearm is never going to let you down. You're never going to run out of ammo completely. You're always going to, as a Point Man, you're always going to have that shotgun as a secondary with unlimited ammo. So that's pretty cool. So you may have just seen me then popping off a drone into the air, and that's one of the support actions available to the Point Man. And I'll kind of go over those. I mean, you will have seen me using that particular one a couple of times. The first tier, which is the one I just did, was the RQ-11 Raven. That's the offensive support action, and the first tier defensive support action is a smoke screen. Now the Raven is essentially just a UAV. You'll get a bonus every time somebody kills somebody using if they were spotted from your UAV. And the smoke screen does what it says on the tin, really. It's just going to put a smoke screen up somewhere on the map. You can use it maybe to attack a certain point, if you're attacking a bomb site, or maybe to defuse a bomb, maybe on hotspot or something like that. So that could be really useful for your team if you want to help them out. The second tier of support actions is an Airburst Mortar. You'll have seen me getting one a little bit earlier. It's essentially just a very powerful mortar strike. You laser it in on a certain location, and it'll rain heaven from above. It's useful for defending a flag, especially on, say, sector control. If an enemy's capturing a flag, you can just laser in a mortar strike on them, so that's pretty useful. And the defensive side of that is the fire team replenish, which is pretty self-explanatory really. It's going to replenish your fire team for you. So you can use obviously one of the offensive or the defensive, you can't use both of them. The third tier grants you an AH-6J Little Bird as an offensive support action. So you laser target a certain area and this little bird will come in and it will rain hell down on the location. Or alternatively, you can help your team out and use the R97 Shadow, which is the defensive option. It's basically a high-powered UAV. So if you want to get, help your team out rather than be a little bit selfish, you can get another UAV out, and again you'll get points every time somebody gets a kill that's been spotted with your UAV. The final tier is the most powerful, and it grants the same thing for both offensive and defense, and that is the beastly Apache pilot action. So look forward to that. And who said there was no air vehicles in Medal of Honor? Now, I've been playing, obviously as I said, I've been playing with this AK quite a bit. In this video I think I played with the AK pretty much the entire round, because I was really enjoying it. You know, it has a little bit of that extra kick. And it does drop people. It isn't as fast firing as some of the other weapons though. So for instance, if you're looking at the HK416, that's a pretty good all-round assault rifle. Oh, he's gonna get humiliated. I'm gonna hack him to death. So if you're looking at one of the other assault rifles like the HK416, which is really quite fast firing, this isn't. It isn't fast firing. It's very much, this particular gun is very much sort of not that close range weapon really. You're looking at medium distance to get the best out of this weapon, because close range it isn't really going to be as good as some of the Spec Ops weapons and the some of the assault rifles as well. So you need to really bear that in mind when you're playing in this class. But as an all-round class, it's really good. There's the ammunition there, the high-powered ammunition that you just saw me equip. And as you'll see, these guys will drop a lot easier. There we go. He just gets wiped out with nothing. So as a final touch in this video, I think it'd be cool just to show you guys what I was using on my weapon in terms of attachments. So I'll just take us over to the in-game menu and show you exactly what I was using. Okay, so here we are in-game. As I said, I was using the Norwegian point man. So as you see here, I don't have that many point man equipped, or unlocked I should say. I've got the Russian, the Polish, Australian, Swedish, and the Norwegian that I'm using. It looks pretty standard. They all kind of look the same really. He's got a cool moustache. He looks kind of the same, just without a hat. Anyhow, so that's what I was using, and the weapon I was using was the AK-103 Spetsnaz. So I'll show you what I had on it. I was running the Cobra Red Dot sight. The only other one I've got unlocked, I think, is the M4 Reticule. I quite like the Cobra Dot though. I like simple scopes with not a lot of magnification. I don't like, to be honest, I'd even use the iron sight if I had them unlocked. I don't like these ridiculous scopes. I like to be able to quickly zoom into a player and not be so zoomed in that I can't see the like my peripheral vision sort of thing. I quite like just basic scopes. Barrel assembly, I went with the lightweight barrel. I think I've got the I think this is a shotgun potentially you can have as well, but I didn't have that equipped. And the other ones I haven't actually unlocked yet. Muzzle style, I don't really think there's any difference to these two. I mean, I was running the standard muzzle brake rather than the compensator. If there is a difference with the compensator, it definitely doesn't say up here in the stats. But either way, I was using the standard muzzle brake. Receiver, I was using the folding stock with the extra magazine bag. There's a couple more that I haven't unlocked yet. That one's a pretty beastie recoil pad. Doesn't really seem to change the stats though. But you can unlock the folding stock, which, as you see in the top right there, gives you less effective range, but the gun is more agile. But I was just using the standard one. Magazine style, mainly for aesthetics. You've got the 30-round Bakelite magazine, which you can pick. But again, I just had the standard one. And paint job, well, that's really up to your preference, isn't it? You can have all sorts of crazy paint jobs on that. I think I just went for the Spetsnaz red, I think it was, something like that. But pick which one you want. So that's pretty much it. So thanks for checking out my first guide to Point Man. I'm going to do guides on all the classes, just so everyone gets a feel and understands what's going on with them. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Leave some comments, good or bad, and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.